Off with their heads. This is called the 424 guillotine. I had to do something, but no real description in there. Inspired by EF424, blah blah blah. There's a bunch of codes there. I'm sure we've taken a look at it before in the past. 424s generally tend to work here because they're so well attacking. But we're going to take a look at it with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town in a holiday sim. Now, they did use Man City doing fairly well. I mean, only getting, they did get the Premier League, they got the Community Shield, and they got the UEFA Super Cup. They didn't get any other trophies. They got the semifinals, quarterfinals, the FA Cup, things like that, but it didn't do amazingly well for them. But let's check it out and see how it did for our teams. Well, Liverpool really seeing this tactic shine. 100 points, 126 goals, only 2 losses. Funny enough to Man City, but also to Chelsea, interestingly enough. Aston Villa, though, kind of on the average mark. Good in goals, though. Liverpool's domestic cup run out in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals in penalties to Brentford. They get to the FA Cup final but lose to Manchester United 0-1. And they can't pick up another trophy. They do get to the Europa League final, but losing out to AC Milan 2-all in penalties. So you had the high with the Premier League, and I mean, 2 runners up. You really should have gotten something out of there. Squad-wise, though, you do have a nice grouping of green, but 42 goals for Salah is through the roof. 29 for Nunez. Gakpo even has 20. Assists 30 for Trent. Robertson with 20. And then average rating Salah with a 7.79. Wow. But now over to Aston Villa, out in the Carabao Cup third round, immediately to Brentford 1-2. They get past them in the FA Cup fifth round, though, getting to the quarterfinals, losing to Southampton 3-1. And they had 2 people sent off. Yeah, that hurts. However, a phenomenal run all the way to the Europa Conference League final, kicking the crap out of FC20 5-1. So all in all, yeah, I mean, it's the Conference League, really. Everything else is kind of on the average mark. But taking a look at Aston Villa's squad, yeah, they have a slightly above average in green there, which is very nice to see. 33 goals for Ollie Watkins, 31 for Diaby, assist 19 for Douglas Luiz, Bailey with 15. Average rating, you get Ollie Watkins with a 7.33. Data Hub looking pretty nice all around for Liverpool, both in the attack and the defense. 3.32 goals per game is insane. A flat one conceded, though, is a bit higher than usual, as is the XG against. Aston Villa, I mean, actually a little bit below average maybe in the defensive pieces and missing the goals as kind of usual, sadly. But 2.42 goals per game is very nice. 1.37 conceded, 1.36 XG against, definitely both of those a bit higher than usual. But on to the Premier League stats. Liverpool with a phenomenal 2.63 points per game. Absolutely crazy there. Most goals, Liverpool in first, Villa in second with 126 down to 92. Fewest shots against, Liverpool with 281, Villa with 358. Most possession, Liverpool with fourth, 56%, all the way down to Villa in eighth with 53. Most dribbles made, Liverpool making the list with 615. And most shots for first and second, 801 for Liverpool, 681 for Villa. So yeah, why even bother with the suspense this time around? 125 points, 142 goals. It's a typical 4-2-4. It did really well for Ipswich Town. And they do fairly well in their domestic cup run. Carabao Cup fourth round, out against Brighton 3-1 and out against Tottenham in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Yeah, 5-1 hurts. So overall, a pretty good season, I would have to say. Squad-wise, I mean, yeah, they got the green. That's about an average set, though. 24 goals for George Hurst. Chaplin with 17. 27 assists for Leif Davis. Broadhead with 13. And average rating, Leif Davis, of course, with a 7.56. Championship stats, 2.72 points per game in first for Ipswich. That is a fantastic run right there. First place in most goals, 142, of course. Fewest shots against in first with 318. Most possession in sixth with 55%. And most shots for back to first with 826. But now let's dive in and take a look at the tactic itself. It really is very similar to a lot of 4-2-4s that we've covered before, if we haven't already covered something almost spot on. But sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in attack with ball playing defenders in the central spots, 2 DMs in support, an inside forward in support that does mark the DR, and then the one on the right marks the DL, and this one is in attack. Then you got an advanced forward in attack and a pressing forward in support up front. Attacking mentality, in possession attacking with his narrow, approach play is pass into space, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So overall, how did it do for our three teams? Of course, it did very well. I mean, Ipswich seeing the brunt of that, they did a fantastic job. Liverpool actually, doing another fantastic job. Aston Villa is the one that kind of had the question mark, but 92 goals, maybe get a better defense, bring some transfers in that'll fit really well into the squad and in the tactic, and I think you could do, a great job as usual. 4-2-4s attacking, through the roof in FM24, and we've seen it time and time again. I'm sure we'll see it again. But how did it work for you? If you've tried it, let us know in the comments below. But here, fantastic for the most part. So that is it for me, 7FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.